Hey, this is Joe from Offline Resurrection. I'm just going to give a little introduction, a little bit about the course, a little bit about why I'm doing this course, and who I want to help. Offline Resurrection is basically after Penguin 1.0, because Penguin 1.0 killed it for most of us. Most of us that were doing SEO out of our houses, SEO for agencies, etc., we had to find other ways to make money, because Penguin 1.0 was our first evidence that Google's really trying to take our money out of our pockets by changing the rules and making it impossible for us to get consistent results. After Penguin 1.0, the results were so inconsistent that you couldn't promise anything to anyone. And to be honest with you, I didn't know what was going on. I pretty much still don't know what's going on with the websites. I see some websites that don't have any links, they're just on page, and I see some that have a bunch of links, and all of them rank, but you just don't know when or how or why. I'm on a bunch of mastermind groups, and people are having a hard time ranking sites, etc. So what I did is I found out about video, and I started researching. I started looking at it. Video has resurrected my offline business. Prior to Penguin 1.0, I had about 150 clients, or close to 150. They were pretty much all attorneys, and I was making a good living. Within a month and a half, I lost everything but about three clients or so. So for a whole year, I tried to figure out Google and how I was going to make money, because this is all I know. I'm an internet nerd, and this is all I know. I didn't want to go back to programming. I did that for 15 or so years, 20 years, but I didn't want to go back to doing that. I didn't want to have to go and learn PHP and all this other stuff. So I like doing the SEO, because you get residuals, etc. So I'm digressing. So basically, what this course is about is giving Google what it wants. Everywhere out there, you see all this training that you can buy, and everyone says give Google what they want. They never really tell us what they want. They tell us Google wants unique content. They want all these websites. Some people say, oh, you need like 20, 30, 40 pages index, and you need to have all this unique content to put it out there, because Google wants to see unique content. And then you look at these crappy websites; they got 1 or 2 pages, and they're outranking you. So obviously, that's not what Google wants. What in my opinion, what Google wants, they want video and they want pay-per-click. They've set up the business model for video or YouTube videos where it's almost impossible to make money using the AdSense model like you can with pay-per-click. But pay-per-click, they're getting more strict on that, and they're cutting down, they're shutting down accounts, etc. So that's what the Google wants, in my opinion. They want YouTube video and they want pay-per-click. If you want to try to game the system, try to trick Google, and try to figure out the algorithms and do all this stuff to try to rank your websites, I call it peeing up a rope, because eventually they're just going to knock everything out. I just saw recently on the Black Hat forums I was looking at, they killed a bunch of Russian blog networks that nobody supposedly knew about. I saw in Matt Cutts speaking about that on the Black Hat forum. He was on the Black Hat forum or Black Hat World, talking about a bunch of he was laughing about the Russian sites that they killed, the blog networks. So it killed a whole bunch of people. So I'm not going to try to game Google no more. I'm not doing that. What I have done, when people call me and say, "Can you rank my website?" I say yes. How can you do that? I say I use YouTube video, I get you on the first page of Google, and I put a clickable link on your video. Right there, your website's on the first page of Google. The people who do watch the video, they can see your little link, they can click on that and get to your website. Most of the people aren't going to watch your video because they use Google as the yellow pages. So they're going to see your phone number, they're going to dial you. Hopefully you pick up the phone and they like you and they hire you. That's how Google works. So I'm digressing again. We use GSA Search Engine Ranker to rank videos. And we use it to rank videos, and how it does it, we drop links all over the place. It's a very, very powerful software, but once you figure out how to use it, and I'll have videos on that, and we'll all learn how to use this, it is an awesome piece of software. We also use email blasts to get our clients. The process and how I do this, it's so simple that most folks will mess it up. Almost all my beta testers messed it up, because all my beta testers are IMers or internet marketers. They've seen all the WSOs and all the different trainings that I've seen, and most of you that are probably listening to this video right now have seen. And the way I do it, the way that I show this, it's so simple that you think this is never going to work. This is stupid. I'm going to go ahead and do my own twist. I'm telling you right now, don't do that. What I want to do is I want to challenge you for 60 days to stick to the instructions in our course, just for 60 days. Don't add your own twists. No matter how simple our approach seems, just watch and be amazed. Really, that's all I'm asking you to do, because you'll see that things will start happening. It might take a week or two for when you do your email blasts to start getting responses from your email blasts. But then you have the first thing you have to do is you got to get some videos ranking, unless you're using my white label service. If you're using my white label service, you can use some of my videos. I'll give you examples of what you can use in your emails to show people proof that you can do as you say. But that's what I challenge you to do, the 60-day challenge. And now the other thing is, why am I doing this course? Well, once I was able to rank the videos consistently, I started email blasting, and within 3 months, my receivables was 5 figures a month. That's 6 figures a year, and all I was doing was offering video SEO. I stopped doing the websites, and you know what? I didn't even charge anyone setup fees. I don't charge anyone for videos. If they have their own videos, great. Most of the people that I've been helping, I made custom videos for them, but all I did is add a slide before and a slide after, and I already had the videos in stock because I bought PLR videos, or I went out and found them on YouTube, and I have videos showing you how to do that. I want to help others do exactly what I did, because you know what? This is so simple. There's so many people out there right now with our economic situation that we have out there. There's a lot of people looking for jobs, and if you use the instructions, even someone doesn't know how to do this or isn't an IMer, they can do this and they can make money. They might have a selected niche that no one even thinks of. Heck, I don't know, funeral homes or something like that, or instead of hitting the blue collar stuff. But everyone, there's so much work out there. I mean, think about it like this: how many AC guys do you have in your town? How many plumbers do you have in your town? So there's not going to be no saturation, and people will. I could talk to someone and they buy from me in 2 seconds. They could talk to you and never buy, or vice versa. People buy from you, so it all depends on how you act. But again, I'm a digressing, so this is why I'm doing this. I want to help others. I want to help the person who dreams of having their own business, having employees, having an office. You can grow this into that. I want to help the person who just wants to make a good living out of their house. I want to help that person. I want to help the person who's non-technical, who doesn't even know how to do this, and they want to just use a white label program. Maybe they're a great salesperson. They can send out emails and they can close a deal, but they don't want to be bothered with all this stuff, or they don't have the technical thing. Well, we can help that person as well. So I'm trying to help everybody. Yes, I'm going to make money doing this as well, but at the same time, I'm going to help everyone and show everyone everything that I'm doing. So that's it for the introduction. Hopefully it wasn't too long for you. So let's get to work at finding your niche, ranking videos, and sending out emails. If you have any questions, go to our membership site, or you can always email me at joe@godguided.com. Have a great one. Hey, this is Joe from Offline Resurrection, and this video is going to tell you all the tools you're going to need to get your business up and running and get it to be the best business that you can have it. Remember, this is a business. It's not your hobby. So you're going to have to invest a little bit of money. You don't have to invest everything at one time. When I first started, I had just GSA, and that's it. I didn't have any capture breaker. I didn't have any VPS. I ran it on my PC, and I didn't have any proxies. Then, of course, I got a proxies, and then I got the capture breaker, and then I got a VPS, and now I'm up to 4 VPSs, and just keep getting clients. Follow directions, as I keep saying. Follow directions that I give you in this course, and do exactly as I say for at least 2 months, just to see that what I'm telling you is working. Then if you want to add your own twists, you want to scale it up, whatever, you're more than welcome to do that. But just try my system for 2 months just to make sure that what I'm telling you actually works. So here we're going to go into our presentation here. The tools needed. The tools we need are going to be GSA search engine ranker. We're going to need capture breaker. We're going to need indexification, which is an indexing system for our links that we build with GSA. Private proxies, Chad Wyatt's WP call tracker, GSA email spider, list motor, and lastly we'll need a VPS. Let me go into each one of these tools that we're going to need. The first one is, of course, GSA Search Engine Ranker. That's the first thing you need to buy. It's $99 one-time fee, and it's how we rank our videos. Using this tool alone will allow you to rank your videos and in the supporting tools as well. But this tool will rank your videos in any niche It's just the only question you have when you use GSA search engine ranking to rank videos right now is how long it's going to take. Is it going to take me a week? Is it going to take 2 weeks, a month? It really just depends. This is the first tool you should buy, and this is the one you must have to rank your videos. Captcha Breaker. Captcha Breaker is a $149 one-time fee. It figures out the captchas that GSA needs to figure out when it's registering all these different accounts for us and Web 2.0 sites and article directories, directory sites, all the different sites that it's links it's building for us. It'll figure out most of them. There are some that it won't, and we just bypass them. But once you get this, your campaigns will run so much faster because Captcha Breaker will break a lot of these captchas for you, and you won't have to spend a small fortune using other third-party captcha breakers, which cost you, pennies per capture. But if you're going through, thousands of submissions every day for each campaign, it'll cost you a small fortune to keep using Death by Captcha. Captcha Breaker is one of the first tools that I will buy after GSA. The next tool you're gonna need, and this is right up there, right between Captcha Breaker and is Indexification. It's $17.97 monthly, and what it does is it indexes the links that you're building with GSA Ranker, search engine ranker. I found a sweet spot to be when I set this up is I'll index all my links over a 7-day period. So if I get 500 verified links today or whatever, 400, 300, it'll take 7 days to index those in Google. And when I started using this, I noticed almost a double, if not triple, the rankings as far as how high they jumped, how fast I get ranked, etc. So this is a great tool, and it interfaces with GSA. They'll give you an API, which is like a number or a code. You put it into GSA, and then they talk to each other, and GSA sends indexification all the links that you have, and indexification then indexes your links. It's right up there at the top of the list for ranking your videos. The next tool we're going to need are private proxies, and they can cost anywhere between $20 to $75 a month, depending on how many you get. You can start off smaller. GSA, of course, can find public proxies, but when you start using private proxies, again, your campaigns run faster. You get more links per minute, etc. It's a must-have for GSA once you get going, and all the other tools that you're going to be using that supports GSA, they all need some kind of proxies as well. I right now currently use buyproxies.org. It's pretty good. The cost is fair. They have a fair pricing, and their proxies are really good. If you lose one, you email them in 24 hours. They give you a new proxy. The next tool we're going to need is WP Call Tracker. What this does is this allows us to forward. It's $17.97 one-time fee, and what this tool allows us to do is allows us to forward any Twilio phone number to any phone number we choose. So, for instance, when I have to verify a Gmail account and a YouTube account, and I have to do this for everyone. I don't know why, but every time, as soon as I make a Gmail account, it asks me to verify it with phone number. So I go out there and I purchase a Twilio phone number, and I use this utility. Actually, I use Analytic Call Tracker, but WP Call Tracker does the same thing for a tenth of the price, less than a tenth of the price. What I do is I'll go ahead and purchase a phone number in that local area. I keep that phone number, and that's how I verify Gmail. That's how I verify my YouTube account and get it partner verified so I can put in a clickable link. This works great. It also works great if you want to just track the phone calls for your clients. I deal a lot with attorneys and stuff, and they don't want me to be recording anything. They don't want me to even know sometimes how many calls they're really getting. I think that's the bottom line right there. They always use the excuse of not recording. But anyway, what this will do is this allows you to actually record the phone calls, any phone calls that gets placed. So if you have, like when you first start, you want to rank some plumber videos, you can rank a bunch of plumber videos and have a phone number there. And then once you sell those videos, you can just go into your WP Call Tracker and change the phone number that you forward it to, and it'll automatically go to that number. No one will even know. They'll think they're down that number and go right to your new client. And at the same time, it'll record how many calls are being made. It'll even record what's being said in the conversation, everything. So this is a great tool to have too. It's up to the top of the list as well. GSA Email Spider is another tool we need. It's a $99 one-time fee. It scrapes emails for us in any niche across the internet. It's a great tool, and that's how I get all my emails. List Motor is another tool. It's a $149 one-time fee. What this does, it helps us maintain our email list. As we're scraping new lists, we have another list that we already did, and we already emailed. We blasted out to them. Now we get more new lists. We may have people from our old list. We may have people that ask us to stop, etc. List Motor makes this very easy and a very simple process. The last thing on the list is once you get to a certain point and a certain amount of clients, you're going to want more power. A virtual private server, a lot of people call them VPSs. That's what you're going to need. You can get one for roughly $29 a month for a 2 gig system, maybe a little bit higher. It's a separate machine that hosts your program. So you load up GSA, all your campaigns, GSA Capture Breaker on that machine, and you run everything on there, and it runs 24/7. You don't have to worry about so much about it stopping or rebooting or anything like that. You just run your campaigns and you log it. You log in when you get new clients, create your campaigns, and you run them. When you start getting so much that it starts getting really slow, you get another server, and you do the same thing, you start it up. That's it for the tools that we need in video. If you have any questions, you can always contact me at joe@godguided.com or go to the membership site. Have a good one. Hey, this is Joe from Offline Resurrection. I'm here going to show you how to use Email Spider. This is the tool that we use to get emails for any niche that we want to. What I've done is I've typed in some pest control keyword phrases. We're going to use this as our we're going to load this into Email Spider, and we're going to let it rock. Before we do that, I just want to show you there's an options tab here. I don't mess with any of this stuff except for I go on to add proxies. I have some private proxies, which is one of our recommendations in our program. I put those in there, and then also the keywords I put in there. The keywords I put in as a keyword folder. But that's the only thing that I mess with. And then there's also in the filter or one of these program behavior, how many concurrent connections. I put 100 because I'm on a virtual server. I could probably go a lot higher. I just leave it at 100. I'm comfortable with that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and click on Load List. It's going to go into my directory, and we're going to do Pest Control. So we're going to do Pest Control right here, and all we do is click Start. What happens is, okay, we're going to clear this, yes. What happens is it goes out and it starts looking for emails on all these different websites. It uses these keywords, goes out to Google. We select Google, and it finds the keywords for us. As you can see, it's finding some now. It's coming back with some different emails. And once this is all done, we let it run till it stops. And once it's done, we save the file, and now we have our email list, and that's where I got the email list that I showed you in the video, how to send emails. So this is pretty much how simple it is to use Email Spider. It's the Email Spider is $99. I don't even put in an affiliate link. I just, you know what, it's a great software. It's great if you can get it. You can also use it as an auto emailer as well. In the options part right here, there's an auto mailer which you can actually set up your own email, like your SMTP account using HostGator, as I mentioned before, how we do the prospecting and how we do the emailing. And then you can actually use like 2 or 3 different domains here, and you can actually tell it how many seconds to delay before you send each email. If you spin the servers here, you can actually have it do like every 5 seconds. If you do 2 or 3, you're never going to go over the 500 emails that HostGator lets us send. So this is a pretty cool feature. I just haven't used it because I like to have a little more control, and I don't want to send out a whole boatload because it is very easy. You can get backed up. I found out that doing these videos and creating, my service, I allow 5 videos, up to 5 videos in a custom channel. You can get backed up pretty quickly. So if I have this going and I have it going all night, I can have a boatload of emails out there, and I can be getting calls even if I stop for up to a week or more. So I like to use Outlook, but this is what I use to get our emails. This is what I primarily use this for. You can use it if you want to be adventurous and use it as your auto mailer as well. So that's it for this video. What I'm going to do in the next video is I'm going to show you how to use a URL to start. This is where you can use directories. If you have roofer directories, plumber directories, you can start there, and you know what? It grabs those as too, and it finds a lot. To me, when I get a good directory site and I find the emails, it finds a lot better emails. There's a lot less garbage emails or emails that are less relevant. When you do it the way I'm doing it right here, you can get emails that aren't relevant to the niche, but I don't worry about that because I honor my opt-outs. If they want to opt out, they can. And I picked up other types of clients in different niches, sending to non-relevant niche emails. Hopefully you like this this video. Hopefully you learned from it. If you have any questions, you can go to our membership site or always email me at joe@godguided.com. Have a good one. Hey, this is Joe from Offline Resurrection. I'm here to make another video for you guys on setting up emails for blasting, setting up emails in HostGator, Outlook, etc. So let's get on with it. Here's the steps that you're going to have to take. You're going to have to register a domain wherever you register them. If you register them at GoDaddy, it's not a problem. If you register them at Namecheap, not a problem. Once you do that, you want to get a shared hosting account at HostGator. It's $9.95 a month. You get unlimited domains, and this is where we're going to set up our email. And this is who's going to do our emailing for us. It's going to be HostGator. Once you get your shared hosting account and you register your domain, you want to go in and point your new domain to your new HostGator IP address or custom name servers. And you'll find the IP address in the email that HostGator gives you. And what you do is, I don't know what you're going to use, but you go to the place where it says custom name servers and GoDaddy, Namecheap, wherever it is, and you put in the IP address that HostGator gives you. It's usually like, I don't know, name server 187 and then name server 188 dot whatever it is. So it's pretty simple to set up. If you have any issues, all the HostGator has awesome support, so you just call them up and they might even do it for you, but they have awesome support, so you can go online and do that for them. Once you do the pointing of the IP addresses and all that in your cPanel, you're going to set up your email accounts. I can show you how to do that real quick. Let's go into here in HostGator. You click here to go to email accounts. And then when you go into the email accounts, it's going to come up, and then right here you already have your domains that you want to do. So you can just come right here, and you can make your email whatever it is, Joe, or you can do Cheryl, or you can do Larry, whatever the heck it is. You type in your password, you do all that. I always make it unlimited, and then you create. Once it's created, then you're good to go. You're ready to start blasting. So let's go ahead and go back to our presentation. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pause this. I'm gonna pause this for just a second. Okay, then once you set up your email accounts, you have to go into Outlook and on your desktop, and you have to set up these accounts for where they are. So that's pretty. You know what? I can show you how to do that too. Hold on just a second. Let me go ahead and pause this. Go ahead and. So here we are in Outlook. Where you're gonna go? You can go to Tools. You go to Account Settings, and when you come in there, you're gonna go ahead. This is where you do the account settings. You can click New, and you can come in here and set everything up. If you're not sure how to do this, again, you know what? You can ask HostGator, and they will help you do all this. They will walk you through this. They have great support. Right here, you type in your name, your email address, and the password. You go, and I always do this part. I manually configure. It's really pretty simple. So I just wanted to show you that. Let me go ahead and pause this again. So basically, once everything's set up in Outlook, you want to create a rule. And the rule you want to do is you want to move all emails with like undeliverable, and you'll get a bunch of them coming into your folders. And you set up the rule for doing that. And let me go ahead and pause this, and I'll show you how to do that. So here's an email that we got right here, and this is what some of you'll get a lot of. You get undelivered, mail, return to sender. So we want to take this, and what we'll do is we'll copy this, undelivered, and say copy. And what we want to do is we want to go into Tools and Rules and Alerts right here. And what we want to do is we want to create a new rule. And what we want to do is move messages from someone to a folder. Move message with specific words in the subject to a folder. That's the one we want right there. And we want specific words. So you see how I did that? I went clicked here and went down here, said specific words. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to paste what I just copied before, undelivered. And I'm going to click add. If you get some other ones, you can go into the same rule, or you can make a new one the same way. And say, move them. Now what we're going to do, move it to a specified folder. We're going to come here and click on deleted items. Click next. And this is pretty much from right here. What I do right here is I just say finish. Now, this is already there. Actions. I'm going to go ahead and say apply. And I'm going to say OK. I'm going to say OK. So now, any new folders that I get right here, any new messages will go ahead and be moved to the deleted. I think we can come here and go rules and alerts, and we can do this one and run rule now. And we're going to say undelivered. And if you see it right here, just whoop, it just went away. So that's how we do it. It's really simple. That's so simple, setting up that rule, that it's going to save you a lot of having to delete mails. When the emails come in, you'll get a lot of undelivered stuff because, you know, sometimes we scrape these emails, they come back maybe wrong, or someone gets fired, so they delete the accounts, whatever. But you know what? This saves us a lot of time and effort. Where it just takes those all and goes right to the deleted box. Once you've completed setting up the rules and doing all the steps, we're ready to start email blasting. The email scraping and blasting, I want to emphasize this. It's not perfection. I know a couple of my beta testers, they're perfectionists, and they're like, well, what about this? What if I get emails that aren't in the niche? I said, well, how many did you scrape? Oh, I got 25,000 emails. I'm like, you're gonna go through that whole list of 25,000 emails and try to figure out if they're relative to your niche? No, you just send them out. Listen, you're offering a valid service. You're giving people an opt-out, and you know what? It is a numbers game, but another thing I want to say is I've gotten other clients in unrelated niches because they say, well, can you do it for a roofer? Can you do it for this kind of company? Absolutely you can. So I don't worry about that. You know, you want, of course, to make sure that you get all the .govs and the EDUs and stuff like that out of there, but other than that, I just send my emails out, and people want out. If they reply with stop, I will take them off the list, but only if they ask me to. So this was a short video. Hopefully you got some out of it. Again, go to the membership site if you have any questions. Ask the questions there, or you can always email me at joe@godguided.com. Have a great one. Hey, it's Joe from Offline Resurrection. What we're going to do is show you how we actually do the email process. It's a really simple process. Again, don't try to overthink this. This is real easy. Everything we do is real simple. We get people calling us. It's real simple. Don't overthink it. The emails are short and sweet, as I showed you in the prospecting email. In this method I'm going to show you, I'm sure you may have seen it before. You may have heard about it. Many people will think it still doesn't work. So what I normally do is I open up my emails in a spreadsheet just so I can keep track of them, and I'll show you what I mean by that. I just click all the defaults and it opens up. It's a straight text file. What we do is we get shared hosting account at HostGator, or get 2 of them. And what we do is we buy domains, and we use the domains to and set up email accounts. If enough people don't know how to set that up, I'll make a video for that. It's not a big deal, but I can make a video. There's videos on your cPanel as well to learn how to make up your email accounts. What we do is HostGator allows us to send out 400 emails an hour per domain. So what I normally do is use like 2 domains. I send out 800 emails an hour if I'm on top of it. A lot of times I'll send like 3 or 4 800 sets of emails, and 800 2 or 3 times, 4 times a day. That's about as far as probably about as much as I've done, because I get distracted responding to emails, talking to clients, or uploading videos and optimizing videos, setting up campaigns. But let me go ahead and show you how we actually do this. Once I get them in our spreadsheet, I just scroll down to 400. I went too far. So let's scroll down to 400. And we get that, and I just right click and I copy. I go into Outlook. My Outlook, I don't know if you have an email program where you can have the BCC, but if you click on CC and go to BCC and type something in here, then it'll come up in the actual Outlook, and then what I do is just paste with a Control V, and there's all my emails. I send this to Joe, whichever I set up my email, and I'm just going to say XYZ because I don't want everyone to know my domain names that I use. But I send it to there, and then my subject line, of course, is as we spoke about, you know, first page of Google, first page of Google using YouTube video. And then, you know, you put your subject, I mean your email. I showed the email and email prospecting. Hey, my name is Joe, or my company name is looking for one company to be on the first page of Google using YouTube videos. If you're interested, call me. And I give proof at the end of the email, and I tell them if they want to be removed from my list, just reply with stop, no big deal. And I tell you what, there's going to be people here that's going to see this and going to say, no way again, no way is this going to work. They're going to overthink it. Yes, I'm sending an email to myself from myself to all these people in the BCC, and it works. I primarily target attorneys. They're very combative. They're very smart. They're probably one of the most educated consumers as far as the people that use our services. They know they have to be in the top of Google. The only problem is they're very combative. They're buttheads. I mean, a lot of them can be buttheads. I'm not saying they all are, but it's very combative, and it's a lot of stress when you're dealing with attorneys. Like I can tell you that right now. A lot of people just can't deal with them because they're rude. But anyway, I deal with attorneys, and this is who I send to. And this is how I do it. So I'm telling you, this works. Don't overthink it. Just follow the instructions. If you follow the instructions and you pick your niche, do exactly as I'm showing here, you'll start getting clients and you'll make money. The hardest part is just finding the price point for your niche. Certain niches have higher price points. I happen to always go a little bit low because I don't want the people to have a problem when it comes time to pay me. If they're on the first page of Google and they're attorneys and they only have to pay me $900 or $1,200 a month, most of the time they're happy paying me. As long as they're at the top, and as long as they're getting calls. Same thing with roofers, with plumbers, with pretty much any niche. The name of the game is to have them at the top of Google and let them feel like they're getting calls, and they'll get calls if they're at the top of Google. So that's what it's all about. This is how we do our emails. This is what I do all day. I just copy and paste these emails. Once I send them out, then what I do is I go back into, I'm sorry, I almost forgot this part. I go back into my spreadsheet. I hit the red A right here, and what it does, it turns them all red, so I know which ones I sent already. Now, once you save this, it won't save the red. But what I do is I go in after every 400, and I insert, and I do an asterisk, so that I can come back into this file and I know where I left off. Now I always go to extra step too when I'm done. If I do like in my 800 an hour, I do the next ones. I'll go to the top, all the way to the top of the spreadsheet, and I'll insert something here at the top of the line, and I'll say where I left off. Could be like 2551, for instance. So when I save this, I go back in here. I look. I'm at 2551, so I can scroll down to 2551, which I don't have that many in here. So that's it. That's how I do the emails. I already showed you how I prospect, and this is how I do the emails. Everything is real simple. It's so simple that a lot of you will overthink this and you'll mess it up. I had beta testers mess it up because they're trying to overthink it. These guys all have got the same kind of training that you and I have seen. A lot of us have seen in a Warrior Forum, and you know what? You just got to throw all that stuff out the window because these guys, a lot of the times, these guys they don't even practice what they preach. This is what I do. I do this every day. I'm making money. I have a six-figure income, staying at home by myself, working out of my house. I live in Florida, so I'm literally in my shorts and t-shirts almost every day, all day long, wearing sneakers, even if it's in January and Christmas time, unless my wife makes me get dressed up to go to church or something. But other than that, this is what I do every day. I hope you like it. If you have any questions, you can go to the membership site, or just email me at joe@godguide at any time. Have a great one. It's Joe again for Offline Resurrection. We're going to go over sales and selling part 2. And what we'll do, this kind of goes over like the beginning of when people start to respond to you and how to sell the product. And what we'll do is I'll come up with some more videos actually showing you how to sell with rebuttals and things like that. Just if you guys need more, I don't know, how many people need more, but this is a great start, and we'll figure it out as we go along. As far as the selling part, I can talk about sales a long time. I like this part. I think I'm pretty good at it. And it's the most important part. So if we need to go over more rebuttals, go over more things what people will say, we can surely make a part on our website that goes over this kind of stuff. Anyway, let's go on with the slides. Basically, what we're going to do here is we're going to go over these slides, and we're going to pretend like there's a client, and they've already got the email, and here's their first response. They say, "Client, I just got your email on the history. Can you tell me about it?" The first question you got to ask them is, if they saw your examples. This is what they've already just called you. So you're going to say, "Oh, did you see my examples already? Did you already look at my videos that I have on the top of Google?" And even if they say yes or no, you want to say, okay, well, can I show you some more? If they say yes, if they say yeah, I already saw it, then what you'll want to do is say, okay, then you can tell them about it. If they haven't seen it, you always have to take them to Google, because 99% of people aren't going to understand what we're talking about. There are so many scammers out there trying to tell people, oh, we can get you on the first page of Google, and really what they're selling is pay-per-click, and the people don't even understand. Next thing you know, they got their credit card being billed, etc. You know how it goes. So we want to make sure we explain to them exactly what we do. So basically, oh, you haven't seen my examples? Okay, go to Google. That's what you want to say. Hey, look, it takes me 5 seconds to show you. Go to Google. Tell me when you're there. And then when they get there, say, okay, type in DUI Attorney Tampa, or type in Roofing Miami. Wherever your video's at. And you say, do you see that video? Well, our video has the phone number of this. You see that video? Yeah, that's our video, and we want to do the same for you. And then you tell them about, you tell them to click on the video to watch it, and you show them your clickable link and how you can take their clients to any page on your website. This sells like crazy when you can actually show them how this works, and you see the clickable link. You say, and you can even tell them, you'll see a clickable link. That's your website on the first page of Google. A lot of SEO firms can't do this anymore. They'll tell you it takes 6 months. It's very difficult. Google's on a personal vendetta against everyone that's in SEO. But you know what? They're loving YouTube right now. And that's why we found that videos are working so much better. And this is how you sell it. You got to sell it with confidence. You tell them you can do all the stuff for them. You're showing it to them on the screen. They're gonna, if they're at least a bit interested, they're gonna buy from you. You want to tell them this is going to increase their call volume, and ask them, say, this is going to increase your call volume. I mean, that's what you want, isn't it? You want calls, right? Great. Then when do you want to start? And then don't say anything to them. It's that easy. This is going to be a fast one call close. It really can. And then they'll ask you, about how much, because you haven't even told them how much it is yet. So what you do is you tell them, hey, we'll optimize up to 5 videos for you. And it'll create a custom channel. It's going to cost you $500 a month per city. Okay, and that's what I do. Now I just wait for them to ask. You wait for them to ask the next question. 3 things are going to happen. They're going to say, "Great. What's the next step? How do we go forward? How do I get this?" Or they'll say, "Do I have to have videos?" Or they could say, "How do I know you can get me on the first page?" Those are the 3 common questions. People can ask all kinds of questions, but I see these a lot. So I'm going to go over each one of these, and I'm going to show you how to tackle each one of these, okay? Basically, this one's what's the next step? Well, that depends on how much you want to pay. We offer discounts if you pay quarterly, for 6 months, or for a year up front. So you tell them what you offer. I usually, like I've said in my previous videos, for quarterly I'll give a couple $100 off, or $150. 6 months I give them a 1 month free, and a year up front I give them 3 months free. They're going to pay me today for a whole year. And I normally and I have all this down here where I tell them, but you have to decide on your own discounts. That's just what I do. It depends, and you know what? A lot of times they don't even take this, because they'll say, I'll just stick with the 3 months. So when starting out, I always tell people, and I always try to sell, and I've mentioned this already, 2 to 3 months up front. I tell them that, you know what, we don't charge a setup fee, but what we do is we charge 2 months up front or 3 months up front. That gives us enough time to rank your videos without, you know, having to worry about any arguments for you or misunderstanding in 30 days. Our agreement's 3 months. That's what I normally do. I sell the first agreement for 3 months. I don't try to lock people in and hold them hostage for a year. And most people like that. And you know what? This works most of the time when I'm selling. You know, the 2 or 3 months. Once I start building up clientele and start getting a lot of people, I don't try to do 3 months because I'd rather just keep building my monthlies and get up to a decent income on a monthly basis. But this does definitely work. Trying to sell the 2 months up front. Now we're going to tackle the question, do I have to have videos? And I tell my potential clients that, you know, if you use my pre-made videos, there'll be no charge. And what I'll do is I put an opening screen and a closing screen with their information on it. And then what I do is I also squeeze the video. I'll render the video first in just like a regular YouTube video, like 480. And what it does is squishes the video a little bit, so you have a black frame around the actual video itself, and then I'll go in and I'll put their phone number at the bottom so you can see their phone number the whole time the video's playing. I render that at 720, so you got a starting and an ending slide in your video, and you got the other thing. It's a little bit of work, but you know what? Once I make the one video, I can make that into 5 if I want to. And you know, I don't charge them for that, but you know what? I get a lot of clients. I get a lot of clients like this. And you know what? I know some people would want to charge. You can charge $50, $100. But what I do is I'll put those videos. I'll make a quick video for them like that. I won't do the squish down thing. Sometimes I will, but put the opening, closing slide. I'll put it up on a YouTube channel that I have specifically for that, and I'll say, take a look at this. This is one of our custom videos, or I'll have one, you know, prior, you know, already made. I'll say, take a look at this one. This is for one of my other clients, but I can make this for you. I try not to do it that way because a lot of times they don't want their videos to look like someone else's, so I'll just make a custom one. I'll put it up there and I'll show it to them, and they'll say, oh, and if they like it, hey man, you got a new client, and you can start sending them clients. Now if they don't like your video and they want a custom video, I tell them to hire a local college student to shoot the video, and I have plenty of clients that have done that as well. Afterwards, if they say, oh yeah, they're going to do it, I'll say, fine, when would you like to start? And then when they say, oh, they'll ask you, when can you start, whatever, you say, okay, here's how it works. And you stop all the questions. Here's how it works. We'll send you a PayPal invoice for $500. You can pay us using PayPal, using your credit card, because that's what we use. That's what I do. I use PayPal. Or you can fax me a check for the balance. And on the membership form, I'll have on the membership site, I'll have a link where you can go and you can get a check writer. And basically, what that does is it allows your people or your clients to send you a check via fax. You take the numbers and you create a bank draft, and it clears the next day or next 2 days. It's a great thing. It brings down all barriers or all walls. Hey, it's Joe from Offline Resurrection. We're going to talk about sales and selling in this video. It's one of the most important modules of the whole course, because it's the most important part. If you don't make sales, you don't make any money. It's very easy. What a lot of people, I think, get confused about in selling is they just haven't been taught or been told how to sell. It's really pretty easy. It doesn't matter if you have eloquent words, or you have these $1 million words you can use. It really doesn't matter as long as you can prove that you can do what you say. That's the name of the game. And in this course, of course, that's what we talk about a lot. So let me go ahead and go through the slides, what we have here. Sales and selling. We got to make sure that we pick one niche, and we got to make sure the niche can afford at least 300. You can go down 250, 200. It doesn't matter, or more. Basically, what you do is you find a niche where they have multiple clients, repeat customers that pay a lot of money, so they can afford to pay you 300 or more a month. You want to learn in that one niche that you pick. You want to learn what makes your customers tick, what makes them happy. You want to learn their language. You want to know who the players are in the large cities, so that when you're talking to other people, you can say, well, hey, look, you know what? If you want to get above so-and-so, you can hire us and we'll get you up there with the videos. These are the types of things you want to talk to your people about. You want to know in each niche what the top 20 keyword phrases are, because you want to use these in all the videos. What I teach and what I do is I tell my customers up to 5 videos. Sometimes it's 3, sometimes it's 1. Not most of the time it's not 1. I always want to do 2 or 3. I'll make more videos if they only have 1. I'll make that 1 video into like 3 to 5 videos, just by pulling the video into one of my programs, Sony Vegas or something like that, and I just make the video a couple seconds longer, a couple seconds shorter, and it creates a unique video according to YouTube. And we'll get into more of that later. But you want to know the top 20 keyword phrases. You have to find the right pricing point for your niche. You don't know what it is. If you don't know what it is, you just got to do it by testing. Once you find it, what'll happen is you'll be closing deals all the time. That someone might say, "Oh, hey, you know what? Can you go a little lower?" And you can say yes or no depending on how you feel. But by the most part, everyone's going to pay the price that's right for your niche. It can be $300, it could be $1,500. You never know. It's just something you got to test out. Again, you got to find your pricing point to your niche. It could be $250, it could be $1,500. The thing that I want to stress here, and I see it all the time. I'm in all kinds of Skype groups, and I'm in mastermind groups and stuff. And I'm not trying to say that to be arrogant. Nothing. I do that. I'm in all these groups so I can learn stuff, so I can see what's out there in the types of tools. But what I see all the time is, and I see it all the time with gurus, is they say, oh, this SEO stuff, it's so hard now, it's hard to get a site. You shouldn't take less than $1,500 a month. You shouldn't take less than $2,000 a month. And you see people out there, they're telling everyone how they're making $5,000 a month with one site and all this stuff. You know what? I think by the most part, it's hogwash. I think there are people who will pay the $1,500 a month, but there's not a whole lot of people anymore, because there were so many people back in the 2 or 3 years ago that were doing offline and doing the Google places, that a lot of clients, potential clients, got burned by people that are in our industry, that gave our industry a bad name. So we have to really find a pricing point and find a fair pricing point. The thing you got to remember is, if someone wants to write a check today and pay you $250 a month, I wouldn't say no to that. I would take, depending on what niche it is, if it's $250 a month for how to make money on a national level, well, you know what, I probably would say no for $250, because it would take too much work. But if it's for a local roofer or a local, even an attorney, depending on where they are, for $250 a month, let's break this down. Let's be real to each other right now. $250 a month. That's what is that, about $2,400 bucks? A little more than $2,400 bucks. What's that? $2,500 bucks for the year, right? $2,500 bucks for the year, and you have to work hard for what? 30 days, maybe 45 days, and you really don't have to work hard because we're using GSA. So the really only hard part is getting the video into the YouTube channel, creating a description, and then we use GSA to do all the work for us, maybe do some Fiverr gigs, and we're done. We don't have to touch it again. And we're going to say, no, this guy wants to rise $250 bucks right now. To me, that's crazy. I have clients that have paid me, one in particular, it's a photographer. She's been paying me for 3 years. If I send her an invoice right now, in 2 hours, within 2 hours, she's paying me. She only pays me $100 bucks. Wow, and especially back then when I was doing it, I was easily getting $700 bucks, $800 bucks a month for attorneys, getting her Google Places and website up there. She pays me $100 bucks a month, but you know what? She's paid it for 36 months. So far, she's paid me $3,600 for 3 years, and I don't do a whole lot. I don't think I've even really done much for her in the last year or so, and she continually pays me. So I want to stress that a lot. If you can get someone to pay you for your work and pay you on a monthly basis, don't fall into the peer pressure, the guru, oh, you shouldn't take less than this. You know what? You take what you can get, because you're going to make money month after month after month from this guy. And if you deliver and they're getting calls, they're going to keep paying you. You're not going to have to do much after 30 to 45 days. So let's not sweat the small stuff, especially if it's on a local thing. If someone wants to pay me a lower price point, what I always try to do, if they're gonna and then try to negotiate and go lower, I say no problem. I can do that, but you're gonna have to pay me 2 or 3 months up front. You know, whatever, it could be 2 months today. Tomorrow could be 3 months. But I say, listen, you got to pay me 3 months up front. It says, yes, I can do that, but it's going to be the 3 months, and then you get the 3 months up front, and it ain't so bad. Now all of a sudden, I'm getting $750. You know, if it's $250, I'm getting $750 to do the work now, to do the work for 30 days, and I don't have to do much. Then in 3 months, I bill them again. Now I'm getting $250 a month. Not a bad gig, especially if you start getting, you know, if let's say your price point's $350 or it's $500, and every now and then you let someone slide at $300 or $250, and they pay a bunch up front. It adds up quick. It adds up real quick, especially the way we prospect with our spamming and everything. I know I've talked a lot. I've kind of like, you know, this is like my soapbox that I stood on. But I talk to people all the time, and I see people on these Skype groups and masterminds. They say, oh, I would never take $250. I had someone the other day wanted to pay me $300 a month, and I'm like, really? Send me his name. I'll do it. I don't care if they're going to pay me $300 a month. That's what I'm going to take. It depends, of course, as long as it's not make money online. And it's a national campaign. So that's enough. I'm not going to talk much more about that. You got to keep in mind also that once they're ranking, there's not a whole lot of work. It's easy to go down. It's easier to go down in price than it is to go up. So if you want to start a little higher when you're trying to find your price point, start a little higher, and then you can always drop down. If you drop down, you see yourself dropping down to the same price point, then you know you about found your price point. The other thing we do in the selling part is we always give discounts for a quarterly, 6 months, in a year. And they're all different. For like quarterly, I might give them, hey, you can save $200 if you pay me 3 months up front. If it's 6 months, I usually give them a free month. If it's a year, if they pay me a whole year up front, I usually give them 12 months, but you pay me for 9 months. And I always say, oh, hey, I try to get 2 or 3 months up front whenever I start this out on a new niche instead of a setup fee. It seems to work better for them. They don't see the value in what we do as far as setting up the YouTube channels and optimizing. You know what? I'm not here to convince them. Pay me a couple months up front, 3 months up front. And I usually start at 3 months. Hey, pay me 3 months up front. And what I tell them is this settles a lot of arguments when it could take us 30 to 45 days to get you up on the first page of Google. Now, I've seen some would take a little less, which normally it is. But you know what? If you just pay me 3 months up front, there's no arguments right there. Our agreement, I always do a 3-month agreement. The agreement's for 3 months. You can cancel after 3 months if you don't like it. And we can go from there. And another thing that I do, well, I'll get into that later. But let's continue on. You want to always make sure you tell your clients up to 5 videos, and then you want to say per city. You don't just want to say up to 5 videos, because here's where the clients will get smart. A lot of them been burnt before, and they might have multiple cities. So you say, oh yeah, up to 5 videos. It's $350. It's $500 a month for up to 5 videos. Oh, okay. Then I want 1 video for Miami. I want 1 for Fort Lauderdale, 1 for Naples, and you got to go, whoa. That's not how we do it. So you always want to say per city, because you want to keep all your channels by geolocation. You want to keep all your Miami videos in one channel. You want to keep all your Houston videos in one channel, and you're going to make sales. If you follow this course and you do as I'm showing you, as far as doing the email blast, you're going to get clients. You're going to get calls from all over the United States, and you're going to have clients all over the place. And you know what? You got to keep all the channels separate. You don't want to put them all together. And I know some people are out there pushing oh, hey, you can just use the one account by Google, and you put in the different, you can do one email and put all these different YouTube accounts. I don't trust Google for that. What happens if one of your channels get banned? Is Google going to look at all the rest of them and say you're a schmuck, so we're going to just ban all your videos? I don't trust that. So I always make a new email and a new a new Gmail and a new YouTube account for every single client that I get for every single city. I have some clients where I have 10 cities, and I have a separate account for each city that they have. Now, if you know the client serves multiple areas when you're talking to them, try to sell them for the multiple areas right in the beginning. Sometimes you might even want to give them a deal. You know, if they're going to give you 5 cities, it's not any less work. But the people who are doing multiple cities, a lot of times they'll want discount. So I might discount it to $50 per city. As long as, and I always tell them, look, I'll give you a $50 discount if I do all these cities. It's no less work for me. It's actually more work for me. But if you sign up today, I'll give you a $50 discount. I say stuff like that all the time. It works sometimes. Sometimes it doesn't. I still give them $50 and they sign up next week. If you can't sell them on the beginning, as soon as you get them up on the first page of Google for the first city, you want to call them up right away and say, hey, look, we got you up on the first page of Google for Houston. When are we going to do Dallas? I want to do Dallas right now, and you try to sell them on that right away. So look, I got you up there already. I told you I could do it. It took me 3 weeks, whatever. And you try to upsell them on that. You always want to get your videos ranking prior to sending out emails, unless you're using my white label service. If you're using my white label service, I'm the one doing all the work. I'm the one getting your videos ranked. So what you can do is what I'll do is I'll send you examples to use, for your email, so you can actually sell your YouTube video service. And that's our white label service. You can find that on our website, or on our membership site, or you can email me all the time at joe@godguided.com if you want to find out more about our white label service. Once your videos are ranking, though, then you want to use them as proof in your email blast, and I explain that in the prospecting video. It's awesome when you have videos already there. The people will look at those when you tell them in your emails. They'll look at those. They'll call they might even call the clients to see if you're using them or who's doing the videos for them. They don't do that often, but they definitely do look at your examples before they call you, because I ask them, oh, have you seen my videos? Yeah, I already saw them. I'm interested. Explain to me how this works. So once you get your videos ranking, you can use it in it. You want to start sending out your email blasts, man, as soon as you get them up there. So the first thing you want to do, you want to find a niche that pays you over, $300. You want to start getting some videos made, and we'll show you how to get the videos as well. I'll have a video. I'll make a video on how I find videos and stuff, and also recommend some other stuff to go to. There's a PLR online videos at the YouTube forum. They sell some pretty decent PLR videos that you can just add a slide to the beginning and the end. And I have a whole technique how I squish it down and put their phone number. It looks pretty sweet. But there'll be another video. That's the end of our presentation for right now for sales and selling. We're going to have another video where we talk about actually making the sale, talking to the client, responding to emails, etc. That'll be the next video in sales and selling. I want to break this up so it's not too long, but hopefully you enjoyed this one so far. Remember, and I said I wasn't going to talk about it again, but I just got to say it one more time. If you get someone who wants to write a check today, take it. Don't argue about it, especially if it's a local company like what we're teaching. If it's a roofer, whatever, don't find it insulting. Just make it look like, hey, this is more money in my pocket for my family. It allows me to make more money and for what I'm doing. Allows me to stay home. Allows me to quit my full-time job, whatever. Just look at it like that. Hopefully you like the video. Have a great one. Okay, so here we are. I've already clicked on create account, Gmail account. I fill in all my information. I've created my keyword-rich email here, Paver Contractor Miami, and here's where you plug in your phone number you purchased from Twilio. I'm gonna go ahead and finish the rest of it here. Okay, next step. Now I have my phone number in here. It's going to go ahead and it's going to want to call me. So I'm going to do voicemail, and then I'm going to hit continue. It should call me in just a second here. It's not calling me. Wonderful. Okay, that didn't go through. Let me try this again. I had my phone was off, so let's try this again. It usually takes a few seconds. There it is.
Once again, your code is 123017. Goodbye.
So there you go. That's the Twilio number. And here are that's it for us verifying our Gmail account. Now the next, I click on next step here. I don't fill out anything. You can if you want. You can go and add your photo. But the next thing that I do is I always take and I copy the email so I'm not forgetting right now, and I paste it into my password tracker. I track it a different way than most folks. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna pause this again, and then I'll come right back. So now what we're going to do, we're going to continue into our Gmail account. It's going to load it up. And then from here, all I do is I go to YouTube. I go to YouTube, it's going to ask me to log in. I'll give it a password again. I'm going to sign in here. Give it my password. I'm going to skip this I always skip this for now. And then what I want to do is come in here and go to my channel. And again, I'm going to say okay. I'm right here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make it a business so I can create my channel name as a business. Pavers Miami. I always want to make that keyword rich so it can be in the keyword. For this one, it's going to be a company. I agree to the terms. Done. Here's what's going to ask me to do a voice call. This is the text message. I'm going to do a voice call. I'm using the same technique as I did before with the Twilio. Okay, I don't have that in there anymore. So I'm going to go ahead and pause this, and I'll get the phone number in just a second. Okay, got the phone number. I'm going to paste it in there, and I'm going to go ahead and continue with the call. Take a couple seconds to ring. Go ahead and answer it.
70. Once again, your code is 526870. Goodbye.
Go ahead and continue through to the YouTube account. Now we have our YouTube account. What I normally do when I'm creating my channels in the About Us is I normally come in here in About Us and I go to my client site and I grab their About Us, or I grab something in there that describes them, describes a good About Us. But I'm just going to go ahead and manually type this in. So I'll go ahead and pause this again and come back. Okay, I got the About Us, so kind of lame, but I'm just typing it in there for now. Oh, there's a misspelling there, license. Click done, and there we go. There we have it. I'm going to come back over here for our channel, and you come in here to my channel here, and then what I'm going to do, sorry, wrong button. Go into YouTube settings. I'm going to come in here, and what I want to do is come into advanced and to create my own custom URL. You can only do this one time, so you want to make sure that it's a good one and it's a keyword rich one. So I'm going to do Miami pavers, and it's probably taken, so let's see if it is. Whoa, it's not. That's beautiful. So I got Miami pavers as my YouTube URL, so that's even better. The next thing that I do is I'm going to do not allow advertisements along my videos. We don't want that, and I'm going to click save to make sure that it stays saved. I'm going to come in here and view additional features. And right here is where we have to verify again with our phone number. So I'm going to go ahead and verify first thing right here. And I hope I still have my call me with the automated voice message. It tells me to confirm that. Okay, I'm going to submit that. And here we go with our phone number again. We're going to verify again. This is an awesome thing.
7 code is 864687. Goodbye.
So we go ahead and submit that, and now we have a partner verified, able to put in our clickable link on our videos. This is with the clickable link. That's what I tell the clients. They say, "Oh, can you get my website on the first page of Google?" And I tell them, "Yes, I can." And they say, "Really? How do you do that? No one seems to can do that." And I tell them, "I create videos for you, and I put a clickable link on your video. So when the people look at your video, they click on our clickable link, it goes right to your website. Your website will be on the first page of Google in no time. All you got to do is hire me." That's part of my pitch that I use. So I just want to let you know, the next thing we have to do is enable our monetization. Sometimes this messes up when you click on the blue button. It might hang. If it hangs for too long and this screen right here doesn't come up, just go back and do cancel, or go back if you can and click enable again. But you click these three buttons here, click accept, got it, and there you go. Now we have that. Now we go to channel settings, and in order to get our clickable link in here, we go to advanced. And in advanced here, we type in our channel keywords here. To put our client's website, here's where we type it right here. We type this in. This is what we do. We click add here. And then what we have to do is we have to go to the verification process here. Now the verification process, there's two ways of doing it. When we click verify, what it does is it gives us an option here. We gotta log back in. It gives us an option to either go, oh good, sometimes this GoDaddy thing comes up, and this is the easiest way. If you have the client's GoDaddy credentials of where they register their domain or their URL, you click in here, and Google or YouTube will automatically verify, put everything in there. You'll be good to go. I'm not going to do it because that's a fake domain name that I just did. But if it's not there, there will be an option like alternative methods here. You can download a HTML file. If you download this file right here, you have your client or yourself upload it to their root directory, and then once they get it up there, you just click here to verify, and then that verifies your the monetization methods and allows you to put the clickable link on your video. It works really great. But like I said, if the recommended method comes up for GoDaddy, I always ask my client for the GoDaddy credentials, and I primarily deal with attorneys, and most of them don't even have an issue with this. They say, "Oh, no problem," because they have website guys. They don't care about by giving me the GoDaddy. Occasionally, you might get some moron that doesn't want to give it to you, and you got to do the HTML thing. I have had the HTML files not work before, but I have never had the GoDaddy fail ever. It always works great. I just want to let you know that. So once that's done, then of course we're gonna go back. We got to go back to our YouTube channel here. We click save. I don't even deal with the Google Analytics account ID because, quite honestly, YouTube has its own analytics, and you can go in there and look at that. The next step that I do is I go ahead and fill in the channel keywords. So let me go ahead and pause this again, and I'll fill those in. Okay, I got those in there. This is the portion right here when you type in your keywords for your channel name, the channel keywords. You put quotes around each keyword and you separate them by a space. I try to put as many as I can in here. I put usually 5 to 10 keyword phrases in here, and that's what I do for this portion. That pretty much, and the other thing that I do is I go into defaults. I choose a category. I usually do people and blogs. What I also do is I always put in the location. Now when you do the location, if you have an address, you can put the address in, and when you put it in, you got to click search, and then you save it. The other thing that I do as well is I take off make video statistics to watch publicly. I don't want people reverse engineering my YouTube video. Although sometimes people think they can figure out what you're doing, they're not going to be able to figure out what you're doing, because what we're doing is not being done pretty much anywhere. I've had some really good SEO guys that don't know jack about videos. They subcontract me out. They've tried to figure out my link profiles. They've tried to do it themselves. They can't. They're still paying me to do videos for them. So this is a great thing, a great way to do this, and I always turn this off for that specific reason. So that pretty much sums this up. Yeah, it's going to tell me. Let me stay on this page and save this. It's not that difficult to set up these channels. Here's the features, the video manager. We go in here to video manager. These are where all our videos will be once we have them there. You got your tags in here, and the tags, there's no tags on because we don't have any videos. So it's pretty simple setting up a channel. It can be pretty quick. I just like to go over everything and look over because I tend to forget stuff and I got to go back. So this is the creation of our channel. What we'll do next is we'll upload a video, but let me go ahead and pause this because I think we've gone long enough on this. Hey, this is Joe from Offline Resurrection, and I'm going to show you a video on the steps and procedures I use to upload videos to YouTube. It's really pretty simple, but I just want to show you how I do it. Everyone has their own ways of doing things, but I just want to show you how I do it, and I want to show you how I do everything. So, uploading to YouTube, the first thing we want to make sure we do is we want to keep our channel separated by location, city. /city. Basically what that means is, you know, if you have a client that has multiple cities, they have 10 cities, you want to have 10 different channels, one for each city. I don't use the YouTube or YouTube all in one channel because I don't trust YouTube. I don't trust the fact that one of my channels could get banned because someone complains about it and they're not going to ban the rest of my channel. So I don't want to take that chance. So I don't do that. I always make sure that my video name, the file name itself, I always name that my main keyword phrase or phrases. There's always 5 or 6 main keyword phrases that you have for all your clients. So I'll make 4, 5, or 6 videos using those keyword phrases as my file names. For example, roofing contractor Miami. I load multiple channels in my video, multiple videos in my channels all at one time, one after another. Not at one time, but one after another. And I have them all set up. What I do is I set up the description file. I try to create as long description files up to like 3,000 characters, and I place them all of them in a notepad file. And I use the descriptions to keep track of what videos to upload. I make the description keyword rich and a keyword stuff at the end of my description. When I say keyword stuff, what I do is I'll say additional tags, : and I'll list all my keyword phrases. I also place a link in the video. Once I upload it, I'll grab the link, whatever YouTube makes it, and I put it inside my description at a random place in my description. And again, it's okay to upload multiple videos on the same day. I've had people say, oh, you can't do that, you're looking to get banned. My experience says not, because it shows YouTube that you're actually using your channel. As a matter of fact, I've had one client that was we were uploading and downloading. He was making so many changes to the videos. We probably uploaded and re-uploaded 200 videos in 3 or 4 days. And you know what? His videos, ever since we did that, has dominated. His channel has dominated a whole city. In some cases, he is the top 2 and the top 3. So, it's for someone to tell me or someone to tell my clients that I'm uploading videos, 5 or 6 videos on the same day, and it's going to get their channel banned, they don't know what they're talking about. And actually, that same client, someone was trying to get in my business, and that's what they told him. Well, now, of course, that's history because we know we're dominating in that city. We know that guy didn't know what he was talking about. So now I'm going to show you how exactly I do this process. So what I do is I'm going to go to my videos. Right here's my videos folder right here. Here's my videos folder right here. Here's my what I call my description file right here. I already have Pavers Miami uploaded in my channel. So what I do is I would come up here and say Concrete Pavers Miami, and I would just copy all this here, right click, copy, and then what I would do is I'd come to my folder and I would grab my next video. Now here I am also in my YouTube for upload. So I got everything in order. So I'm going to come back to my folder here. What was the description? Concrete Pavers Miami. So let's go ahead and upload that video. Gonna upload that video, and then what I do is I come in here to my description. Oh, I already copied it, but I'm gonna copy it again. Make sure I got it here. Paste. And what I'll do. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take my additional tags right here, and I'm going to copy these down. Oh, not the additional part, just the tags. And I'm going to copy them down here. And those are my tags, and a lot of times I'll have more. This is just for an example. Sometimes I'll have 6 or 7 columns right here. I do a boatload of them. Right now, this is for just example, so I just want to let you know that I usually have a lot more. And then right here, what I'll do is I'll come back up to the top, and I'll take my title to my video, and I will put it right here. Now, what I'll normally do is this will be, in a normal example, I will have a website and everything, so this would be the title, and then I would have the same thing here with the website. And what I just did. paversmiami.com. So it would be something like that. And so I would just copy this right up here to the title, and then I would delete this here, and it would look like that. But I don't have this is just for example, so I don't really have a website, so I'm going to leave it as such. So now when that's done, I'm going to go ahead and pause it when it's done, and I'll do the next one. So what I'll do before I pause it, I'll go ahead and I'll get ready for the next one, which is Paver Contractors Miami. So I'm going to copy that in here, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and pause this while this is uploaded. Okay, now my video has been uploaded, and what I'm going to do is to take this link right here. I'm going to copy it into my description somewhere at a random basis. So I'll come here, and I'll just paste it in there, click Save Changes. Now, what I have to do is I go into my next video, which I already had before I had put in. I had already copied it, but let's go ahead and copy it and make sure we got it in our clipboard. We clip Upload. We're going to go back over here, Paver Contractors Miami, upload it, paste our description in here, take our tags right here, we copy them down here, come back up here, change, this will be our title, and we're done. The only thing we'll do is we wait for the video to upload. We get the link, we put it in there, we save it, we're done. Now I just did 2. We could do 5. Once you get the setup here to do the 5 videos, the only bottleneck is really waiting for your videos to upload. I happen to have AT&T right now as my service provider, but if you have the faster one, it'd take a couple minutes. You could do all 5 of them in 5-6 minutes. That's it for now. I'm not going to show you how to take the link again. It was a pretty simple process. Once again, this is Joe from Offline Resurrection. If you have any questions, go to the membership site, or you can always email me at joe@godguided.com. Have a great one. Hey, this is Joe from Offline Resurrection. Today we're going to do a video on how to find other videos for the graphically challenged, such as myself, sometimes lazy, such as myself. I just want to find professional videos that's going to get my clients calls that I can quickly make my own. I'm not one to get on there and try to create custom videos. It takes a long time to make videos, and I don't have that kind of time. And quite honestly, it gets frustrating for me because I'm graphically challenged. So what I do, the first place I go to is Offline PLR Videos, which I'm going to show you in just a second. They have some very professional videos. I have quite a few of their packages. They sell them in packs, usually 4 or 5 different niches. And these are very professional videos. They got movement, they got professional voiceover. And this is what I use a lot of times because a lot of times you're going to get clients that say, I'm really interested, I want to be on the first page of Google, but I don't have any videos. How much is it going to cost me? And they're already in a negative attitude looking at how much it's going to cost you. So what I do, if I got an offline PLR video or I got some other videos that I already have, I'll say, hey, listen, tell you what, we won't charge you a setup fee, but what we do is we'll charge like 2 months up front. And what we'll do is we'll throw in the video for you for free. We'll do up to 5 videos. We'll make this one video into 3 or 4 videos for you, or 5 videos, and we'll render for different keyword phrases. You pay us 2 months up front, and you don't have to pay us again until you're on the first page of Google. To them, that sounds great. And really what we'll do most of the time in 3 weeks, you'll be on the first page of Google. No big deal. So this is another way, another barrier or wall you can break down by telling them, no, hey, listen, we'll throw in a video right here. So if you that's why I like to tell you to stick to one niche when you're doing this. If you stick to the one niche, you're always going to have videos, and you can always throw them in. If you're doing all these different cities, they're not going to know that you did one for a dude in Houston. The guy in Miami is not going to know you did a dude in Houston, and they have the same exact video, except the phone numbers has changed. So it's a great way to do this. I also go to YouTube, and I look specifically for PLR videos, whiteboard videos. A lot of people use these, but they don't make them their own, and they don't mention the company name or anything, and they just throw it up there. And I'll show you one of those in a second. We can go to Fiverr as well. Fiverr, it's a website called Fiverr.com, and it's spelled just like this with a .com at the end. You can get a lot of tasks done for $5. You get some custom videos made. It's usually a certain amount of a certain time for $5, and they have add-ons and stuff like that. It ends up costing you probably like between $30 and $50, but it's a great deal if you can get you a nice video. Under the Warrior Forum, under services, it's warriorforum.com for some of you that don't know what that is. There's a couple people that make videos. I have a client that uses my white label service right now, and he hired one of these guys at a Warrior Forum, and they're only English actors, and they actually hired an American actor to read a script for them, and he got this awesome video for $200. And it was awesome. I'm telling you. So for $200 to get you a custom video, that's pretty good. So here's what we do. Once we find our videos, you want to make it your own. And at minimum, I would say add a phone number. At the bottom, what I normally do is say free quote or for call 24/7 for free consultation, something like that. And here's how I make the video itself. I render the video using a 480 Internet Standard or a 4:3 in some editing software, and that kind of squishes the frame down and leaves black space on the bottom and the top. For the bottom, what I'll do is I'll add my call to action, and then depending on the client, if they give me their information, on the top it still leaves a black thing on the top, so you can actually put a clickable link or your annotation at the top, and the video fits in there. It works really well, and I think it looks very professional once you get there. So after it squishes the frame, I do my video overlay, as I said, on the bottom, and in the final version, I render it in 720. Now I'm going to make another video that shows you how I do this in Vegas studio, and shows you, I'll show you the preview in Vegas where you have the two lines on the bottom and the top. And I'll call it like call to action or something like that. So let's go ahead and look at some of the resources that I mentioned. Let's go right here. Sorry. We got to go over here to Chrome. So we're going to go over here to offline PLR videos. And here are the different video packs they have. This is offline niche 1. Look at all these niches here that you can get. Offline niches 2, all the different videos you can get. And we have an attorney packet, we have an auto niche packet for the used car dealers, auto repairs, etc., finance, insurance. As you can see, they got a lot of videos, and if we go up here and click here, it shows us a little sample. And as you can see, listen.
Keep these important things in mind. A good pediatrician is one who listens.
Now see, it has a professional voiceover. As you can see, we got live footage here, video movement. This is professional stuff. This is awesome. For $15, you get 5 or 6 different videos, or 4 videos for the different niches. And you can use the videos over and over again and bring customers on like crazy, just throwing these videos in and making it sound like they're getting, the world. So that's one resource. The other resource is Fiverr.com. Right here, you come over here and search custom videos, and look at this. All these people that's willing to make me a custom videos in many different ways. All these different ones for $5. Of course, when you click on them, you're going to have add-ons and stuff like that. One of my second favorite places to go to YouTube and find these videos. I type in Roofer San Diego, and I find this whiteboard video. It's all over the place in a lot of different cities. And this person just threw up the video. He put the phone number here. And we'll just go ahead and open this. You can look.
Damaged roof.
It's got the voiceover.
Not on your side. More time equals more damage.
It's 39 seconds long. They don't mention the company name. They don't ever mention a phone number in here. Nothing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to download this video. And in my another video, on the call to action video, I'm going to show you how I make this my own video and put my own call to action. So when I start ranking on the first page and people are going to see it, they're not going to be able to just download it and swipe my video. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys how to do that in another video. That's it for this video right now. I hope you guys learned from this and you guys will be able to find your own videos. If you have any questions, go to the membership site, or you can always email me at joe@godguided.com. Have a great one. Hey, it's Joe from Offline Resurrection. I'm here going to show you how I take the PLR videos and create like my own little watermark, if you will. Make it so people can't copy me. I've showed you before how to create a video with the slides in the front, make them longer. But what I do here is I'll put a slide in the front and a slide in the back, and have my own little music here. And what I'll do is I'm going to render this in a different format to make it have a squished. The frame will kind of be squished, so we'll call this roofing squished. And what we'll do is we make it internet 480 pixel or 4:3. I'm gonna go ahead and render this, and I'm gonna say yeah, replace it. And if you watch this, see how it has the squished. There's the frame is squished. So what I'm gonna do when this is done, I'm gonna put my phone number right here in the bottom so potential users can see it the whole time the video's playing, so at any time they can call up. It's like my call to action, but at the same time no one can take and swipe this video and use it as their own. Okay, so now that that's done, I'm gonna go ahead and save this. Save as no, I'm not gonna do it there. I'm gonna do it in here. And I'm just gonna call this roofing. And then what I do is I go ahead and close this project, and I go into my Explorer here, and it's Joe stuff, Offline Resurrection, and here it is. Right here, I'm going to pull this bad boy down here, and then all I'm going to do is go into right here, I'm going to pull this down. I'm going to pause this while I put in all the information. So here I have everything filled in. If I go here, you can see down here in the bottom in the preview pane, free estimate, call now, 954-526-9800. That's it. So now what I'll do, in order to make this work, I have to render this in HD. If I don't, it does the text over here never lines up. So this is just something that I discovered while working with an anal retentive attorney. But it definitely makes the videos look a lot better. I like the way this looks. I use this for almost all my videos. I'm going to say, say no. Oh, it's untitled. So I'm just going to call this Roofing Fort Lauderdale. And go ahead and render this bad boy. And now that's this done. Now I have a pretty decent looking roofer video that I didn't pay anything for. It's out there on the internet. I've seen this one several times in all different kinds of states. And you know what? The person who puts it up there without doing this, it allows me to swipe this and use it as my own. Now I have a nice little whiteboard video with my own tag right here, my own phone number, my client's phone number, and it looks like I did this for him. And I use this in my sales for if people say, well, I don't have a video, how much can it cost for a video? If I got one of these, it takes me like 5-10 minutes to do it. I'll tell them, look, if you come on board today, I'll go ahead and I'll use my general video, and I'll put your phone number on the bottom. And what I do is I have a YouTube channel that I place up there for my clients to look at. I'll say, this is what it looks like. And I'll show them the video, or I'll just make it like this. Say, this is what I got right here. How do you like it? Free of charge. You come aboard today. You pay me $500 today, and we'll go forward. It works real simple. Sometimes you got to give a little bit to get your client. Once you get them on board and you start performing, they're going to stay with you a long time. And let's put it this way: they pay you $500, you get them ranking. They're at least going to pay for 2 months. If they cancel after 2 months, you just got $1,000 for 10 minutes worth of work here, and maybe 45 minutes to an hour worth of work. Doing GSA and all the tools that we use to get them ranked. That's a pretty good hourly rate if you ask me. Anyway, this is how I do my videos. This is how I make go out and find PLR videos or buy PLR videos or find them on YouTube and make them my own. Have a nice one.
Do you have a leaky or damaged roof? Time is not on your side. More time equals more damage, and more damage means more money out of your pocket. What's the solution? Call us immediately. We always answer our phone, or fill out the form below. You'll have quality, affordable, local roofers sent to your house today. A free roof inspection and no obligation estimate is your first step to getting your roof fixed. There is absolutely no risk in calling us, but you risk more damage and money by doing nothing. Take action by calling your local roofing experts today.
Hey, this is Joe from Offline Resurrection. I just want to show you how we make our videos unique. You get a PLR video. This is a PLR video right here. It's a paver video, which I got from PLROffline.com. I believe it's PLR Videos Offline, something like that. They're on the Warrior Forum. They sell videos all the time. They make great videos. You take these videos and you can go into Movie Maker, whatever kind of video editing you want to do. I happen to have Sony Vegas. And what I do is I just simply make a slide at the beginning and the end. You can do it just at the end if you want to. I like to do one at the beginning and the end. And then all you had to do to make it unique is you just make it a little longer, make it a little shorter, and then you render it. I already rendered this one time, so let me render this again. This one's going to be concrete pavers. Miami. I'm going to come in here and make sure that's the, yep, okay, everything's good here. So all I do is say render, and there we go. Now it's rendering. It's going to be a nice, unique video. One other thing I want to mention is there's some people out there that have asked me about changing the metadata to make it unique instead of having to do the rendering, new rendering of the video, making slides, etc. This is what I found. By changing the metadata, this is what I mean. You right-click on the video itself, you go to Properties, and you go into Details, and you can change this. You can put title, subtitle, you can put ratings, and do all that stuff. I got to tell you, every time I've done this, my video has taken 3, 4, sometimes 5 times longer to rank. I don't know what it is about this, but it does. Now, some people might say, some people might even argue or want to debate with me. I don't want to debate with anyone. I know with my own personal experience, every time I mess with this metadata, it takes way longer to rank. One gentleman in Nashville, it took me 2.5 months to get him up on the first page of Google. Now, that's Nashville. I've gotten a car accident attorney in cities such as Los Angeles and the first page of Google in like 2 weeks. That's like a national campaign. No way in heck should it take, 2.5 months to get something up on for Nashville. So if I were you, my recommendation is don't mess with the metadata, no matter what. Again, I just want to stress, just do as I do. I'm doing this every day. I'm making money at this. If you're making money, that's great. You can start adding your own twists right away. But what I'm trying to tell people, and it's even hard for my beta testers because I got some very good, smart beta testers. They want to add their own twists right from the get-go. And if you do that, sometimes you mess it up. Just follow these instructions. As I've said before, I challenge you to do it for a month, maybe 2 months even, to see where you are, to see if what I'm doing actually works. What I'm doing is so easy, it works, but it's real easy. It's not. You don't have to think a lot. It took a long time to get here, but you don't have to think a lot, and you can make up your own systems once you start getting clients. Again, this is Joe at Offline Resurrection. If you have any questions, go to the membership site. Of course, you can always email me at joe@godguided.com. Have a good one. Hey, this is Joe from Offline Resurrection. I'm here to show you how to build a GSA campaign to rank YouTube videos. I have an outdated GSA search engine ranker software right here on one of my VPSs, and I'm just going to show you how to set everything up. I'm not going to activate it. Because I have other things running on another license, on the same license that I have here. So I'm not going to activate it. However, I can do everything up to activation, and then I'll explain to you. Maybe I'll go into another one of mine that's running so that you can see it. It just makes it a lot easier so I don't have to hide my projects, all that stuff. So what we're going to do, this is GSA Ranker, and this is where you're going to see all the projects that you're running. Right here is active. To make it to be active again, all you do is click. All you do is left click, and makes it active. I left click again, and makes it inactive. Okay, I can right click on the status, and I can make the status be active, verify only, all this other stuff. Really, we do videos, so I don't even really mess with this stuff right here about the different actives and stuff like that. I just let this be either active or inactive, and that's it. Down here you'll see this running, and you'll see what GSA is always doing. Down here on the bottom, it's going to tell you links per minute that it's running, how much memory it's using, which probably isn't that accurate. This isn't accurate either. It's also going to tell you, well, it tells you right here what each thing is: active proxies, how many verified. This is verified from GSA Capture Breaker. Again, I'm not going to run this. I don't want to run this to take a chance of losing anything or messing up my license. It's going to verify. Hopefully that don't mess it up just doing that. It didn't start, so hopefully I didn't mess myself up here. So anyway, that's hold on, let me pause this. Oh, it did come up. No. So here's Capture Breaker, and this is what I meant by what Capture Breaker does. This is what it does. It does the verifies right here. I have 0 because I haven't done any. But what Capture Breaker does, it solves captchas. You know, different kind of captchas. There's all different kinds of captchas in here, and it interfaces. It's made by the people at GSA as well, and it makes everything run super fast. It allows us to get all kinds of links, to drop them all over the place for us. But all of our videos. Now we're first going to start is we're going to go in here into options. Okay, in options we're going to go to submissions first, and I'm on a VPS, and this one's at 400. I usually go like between 400 and 600 depending on the server. If you're on a PC, you might want to go 300 and see if that can handle it, and then maybe go down from 300. The timeout here is 45. You can make this even as high as 90. The slower you get, the more accurate, the more links you're going to get. But I won't go too much over 90, maybe 120 here. For proxies, we want to use proxies. So what we're going to do is we're going to configure it. And all by itself, even if you don't have proxies, GSA will search for public proxies for you. A lot of people will say don't use public proxies. Well, when I first started doing this, I had to use public proxies because, you know, I spent a lot of money on GSA and Capture Breaker, and I didn't have the money to buy buy all the stuff. So I guess it doesn't matter what I do with this because this isn't an active GSA. So I'm just going to leave this part alone. But these are the proxies. If we have our own proxies, we come in here and we click on, you know, I copy them first from my main, from my main PC, and then you can import from clipboard here or here, and it'll add them in. It'll add them right in to GSA for us. Let me go ahead and pause this. I'm gonna pause this and just so I can show you how I do that, how we do that. So here we are. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and add them, and we're gonna say import from host port. So that's what we're gonna do. And that's how quick it does it. Adding 40 proxies. Set the private proxy. We're going to say yes. And we just added our 40 proxies. And we're pretty much good right there. Okay, now once we start running projects and stuff like that, if we start seeing this pink, or we start seeing down here that certain IPs are blocked or have been banned, what you want to do is you want to come into delete, and you want to do delete unchecked and not working proxies. And what that'll do is it'll go out there and it'll delete them all for you. And GSA is pretty good about that. But now that we have our proxies here, and this is deleting, this could take a couple seconds. We'll probably have a boatload in it that isn't working. We'll come back here, and right here for search engines, public and private. For use proxies, we want to have all these three checked. We want to disable ban proxies when they're banned, and then I just check all these off. I know some people, they try to be picky about which ones they use of public and private. I just check them all off. And that seems to work for me. I don't have any issues really as far as dropping links and getting links. So that one works pretty good for me. Right here for the capture, what we can do is we can add capture services right here. This is what we do. We use Capture Breaker recommended as first service. Now, if you're unable to afford GSA capture in the beginning, just don't put anything here. And, you know, you can try using bypass or death by captcha. It'll cost you a small fortune to use captcha using GSA. But what I did in the beginning, I didn't even use one, and it still does. It still solves. It has its own internal captcha breaker. It's not the best, but you will get links. It might take you a lot longer to rank. My recommendation is if you want to start or get a six-figure business, you want to invest in all the tools that you need. It's just like being a mechanic. You know, a mechanic spends a lot of money on all his tools. Well, these are your tools, so you're giving yourself a way more benefit. You're going to be at a six-figure income a lot quicker if you invest in all the tools, which I think is like $700 I'm at now. They just added list motor as one of the last things you need to get to help maintain your email list. But this is very possible. The six-figure income is very, very possible. This isn't no pipe dream as long as you follow these instructions and you do this. I mean, it really works. So next thing is to go to indexing. Indexing is right here. I use indexification, and this is where you put your API key, and GSA will automatically go out and index all your links that you're doing. When I started using indexification, I noticed a big jump in my rankings and how fast they started ranking because I was getting indexed. A lot of people argue, oh, you need to be natural and this and that. Well, I was being natural. I wasn't getting that many people ranked. It was taking a long time. Now, I mean, I see very competitive keyword phrases on the first page of Google in a week, like car accident attorney in large cities. So, use indexification. $17 a month, well worth it. For filter here, we're gonna come in here. I don't even mess with this. I just left this. Be the default. If it's not the default when you get it, I would just look at this video and put in right here 2 gig or 2 meg and 1440 for the advanced. Here's where GSA will save all the files and all the links that you get. You have identified, you have successful, and you have verified. Successful means identified are just links that GSA has found for you. Successful is one that has been submitted before, and verified means it's a bona fide verified link. Now, just because it's verified today doesn't mean it'll be verified tomorrow. What you can do here is you can also go in here and open up the folder by clicking here, and it'll show you all the different types of URLs that it has, and here's the size of the file. They're all text documents. You can actually go into these and you can look at them, and these are all the ones. This isn't a very good one. It's only got 2, 4, 6, 8 different ones, but there are a lot of them that have larger files. Mine isn't so large because I haven't really done much with this. I already took everything off and pretty much deleted it, but these will all build up as you run your projects, and they all get bigger. I usually keep failed for when I have some other lists for myself. I'll put it in here and let it go into failed, and then infiltrate it into the verified. Some people want to do identified. You can do it that way too. I just prefer to do failed. It's not a big deal. And this is how I have my default. These are the setups for this. And pretty much, everyone has different setups for these. And if you have your own setup, share them on a member site. I'm gonna go ahead and stop it right now. I don't like to have really long videos because it gets kind of crazy. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop this one. In the next video, we'll go on and actually show how you set up the actual project. Hey, this is Joe with Online Resurrection. I'm here to show you a little bit more about GSA. In our last video, I forgot to show you how to actually find proxies and to use the tools button in the advanced section. So let me go ahead and show you how to find proxies. It's real simple. This is how to find the public proxies. You go to configure, you click on add proxy, and you say find online, or you do find online and test. You just go find online, and it's going to go and start searching for new proxies. And it'll come back and it's saying nothing found of certain ones, but that's all it does. When it's done, what I normally do is I do the find proxies online and test, because it does it all in one fell swoop. I let it go through and do everything it needs to do, and I go get a cup of coffee, take a break, because this takes a while to go through all these proxies and test them. So that's how I do the finding of the proxies. The other button I forgot to show you how to use, and it has some good features in it, is the tools buttons in advanced. If you look at other videos, you look at other stuff, when they say use global options, this is the global options right here. These are the global options when you go on advanced. Some tools on here that I use all the time is remove duplicate URLs. This is pretty much the one I use all the time. You can also, if you purchase lists from other places, you can come in and import it in identified, successful, verified, and as I told you before, if I purchase lists from other people, I import them into failed because I don't want to mess anything up. Some people do it in identified, but then it's mixed up with the other stuff. I just put it in failed and let it go, and then the ones that get verified go into the verified. You can also export your site list as well. Some people trade them and stuff. I tend not to want to do that because every time I trade, I seem to get a bunch of junk. I've traded with other supposed power players and stuff, and I don't know if it was on purpose or not, but I know these people supposedly scrape all the time, and then I get their list, and their lists are just junk. So I don't share my list anymore with anyone. I keep my list to myself. If I have a friend or someone who needs help, I might just give them part of my list or whatever. But I regress. So let's go back to remove the duplicate URLs. What that does is it'll go out there. I just select all, click OK, and then what it does is it goes out there, and as you can see, there's probably some duplicates in mine. It'll go through and it'll remove the duplicates for you in all of your lists. This works. I do this like once a week. Sometimes I get 600,000 duplicates, so it's a massive amount, and sometimes it takes a little while, but you know what, it's something you have to do on a weekly basis. I'm gonna go ahead and say 7 more seconds left. The other tools in here, it can search for URLs for you and stuff like that. I use Scrapebox and Gscraper for that. This GSA was made to drop links and give us a lot of links, unique links. So I use GSA what it's built for. That's to drop links and do what we need to do for our websites or for our videos. I mean, if I'm going to scrape something or I'm going to verify something, I'm going to go to Scrapebox or Gscraper. Gscraper to me works better to scrape just raw URLs. But there's a tutorial that I'm going to make where you use Scrapebox, where you use Scrapebox to actually find new URLs, but it has a tool for it. So it's a specific tool that Scrapebox has. So that's it for this tutorial right here. I went through those two things. It's a short one, but it's very important. You're going to have to get proxies before you run your first campaign, so make sure you watch this video before you run your first campaign. You can also go to our membership site or email me at joe@godguided.com. Have a great one. Hey, this is Joe from Offline Resurrection. I'm going to create a video here to show you how I do a channel campaign on GSA Search Engine Ranker. I'm going to do a channel campaign with Pavers Miami. I have a couple videos here, and they're all ranking. This one I put up on November 1st, 2013, 22 days ago. I also did like paver contractors, if I can spell it right. Paver contractors Miami. That's coming up as well. Right here, November 1st, the same one. And then there was let's do contractors. Let's spell it right. Make sure it's the right one. November 1st is the one coming up. And then the concrete pavers. Concrete pavers Miami. And I have the one I did 7 days ago coming up for that one. I'm going to go ahead and just click on this. This is how you find the channel, in case for some of you don't know. I'm going to go here and click right here. That's the channel, so I'm going to click there. And when I click on that, I get the channel URL. The channel URL is up to my right up to the question mark. So that's my channel URL right here. So I'm going to copy that, and then I'm going to go to my server, and I'm going to go ahead and right click on it and go to modify project, and I'm going to go duplicate. I'm going to call this pavers channel, and now it's right here. I'm going to double click on it, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and go edit, import from clipboard. First thing I'm going to do, I'm going to clear it, then I'm going to go edit and import from clipboard right here. I'm going to come down here to tools. I'm going to do import data fields, and right now I'm not sure if pavers is in here under projects. I'm just going to select anything right here. I'll go back to Joe's stuff. I'll just do truck accident attorney just so I have stuff in there to show you how I do it. Then what I'll do here in the anchor text, I'm going to do all my anchor text right here. Pavers Miami, paver Miami, concrete pavers Miami, paver contractors Miami. And then what I'll do is I'll come over and that's pretty much it that we'll do, because we don't have a particular video. We're not going to worry about making sure the ID is down in the YouTube ID. Under options, I'm going to leave that 1800. I'm going to save all that. And then I'm going to go to email verification. I'm going to import my new email, and then I'm going to say OK. Fill in my category, edit. And again, the category is going to be, we're going to put a category in the membership site so everyone can have a category file. It basically just select it. You can add to categories as well. I think we have a pretty decent mix. If you want to add your own categories and we don't have it, you can do so. It's pretty simple. Once this comes up, we're going to click OK. We always got to make sure we have all the right things checked off here. We do want directories. For some reason, I've been forgetting to click directory, but we definitely want directories. Those are can be pretty powerful at times as well. We're going to say OK. I'm going to go right here. If the Germany thing, sometimes it comes in, sometimes it doesn't. If you have issues with it, what I usually do is disable engines that use this. I don't care about the German sites anyway. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing here. Disable engines that use this. Okay. There we go. Now it should be okay. Alright, so then once that's done, I say active and I click start, or if it's already running and it's active, it just starts running. I'm going to click inactive in case I mistakenly hit that. That's pretty much it for a channel. You let it run until I get about 5,000, 7,000 verified URLs, and that's gonna put a lot of power to your channel. I've seen some of them where I let it go to, I fell asleep on the channel and got like 10,000. It didn't kill the channel and actually made it a little more powerful. I just don't like to chance it. I usually do like 5 to 7 URLs for the channels. Hopefully you like this video. Hopefully it didn't go too fast. You can always rewind and replay. If you have any questions, you can always go to the membership, post a question there, or you can always email me at joe@godguided.com. Have a great one. Hey, this is Joe with Offline Resurrection. I'm here to show you guys how to set up a new campaign. It's really pretty easy. What you need to do and what you want to do is always be planning ahead. So what I normally do is I'll set up a notepad file on my VPS so I can just copy and paste stuff so I don't forget what's what here. So the first thing we'll do is say new, and we're gonna come down here under tools. First thing we want to do is make sure we check all the type of links we want to do. Over here are all the different types of links. For video, we want to do all contextual links if possible. We'll do guest book, pingback, social network, social bookmark, trackback, video, Web 2.0, and wiki. These are all the ones that I use, and that's what I do. The next thing after that, what we want to do is we want to go to tools, and we want to do import. Now I have another video where we use Wicked Article Creator to create all the different articles and whatnot that you need to to import into here. I'm using Truck Accident Attorney. When I say in whatnots, see all this stuff, it's pre-done all this stuff for our keywords, anchor text, guest title, or guest book, comment, articles. It does everything for us and it spins it. So I'm just going to say, okay, that's in there. It puts all the keywords here. However, the one we're going to do is Truck Accident Attorney, Kentucky. And then what I'm going to do here for our URL, we'll come back over here to my notepad and say, okay, this is the URL I want to put in here. So I want to copy this. I'll do import from clipboard. It puts it in there just fine for us. Right here, you always want to use a random URL when we're doing YouTube videos. You want this one checked right here. Our keywords already filled. And these are the keywords that GSA is going to use to try to find more links for us, more places for us to drop links. We can do collect keywords from target sites. I sometimes will do that. Use collected words to find new target sites. Yeah, we can do that as well. And then my main keyword is right here. I only usually target one keyword unless I'm doing a channel. I'll do a campaign just like this for a channel, and I'll put all the keywords that I want to target on that channel and just let it run. Maybe pause it every 1500 or maybe every 1800 or 2000, and just let it run till I get about 5,000 to 7,000 verified links. This is pretty much it, what I do on this under the data tag. But I always make sure, sometimes for some reason GSA, I'll find that one of these would be checked, and I don't want that. I just want to use my one keyword. I don't want no diversification of anchor text or anything like that. Article manager is something new. I haven't even started to mess with that. I guess this is their default. So I just let the default go. On this page, well, what I usually do is I put pause project after. I've been using 1800 a lot. That seems to be like a sweet spot. 1800 plus or minus like 7. And then what we do here is these are for submission. So we want it, when it hits that, to pause for a whole day. And that's what this will do. This will pause our project for a whole day. The next thing is to ask all services/users to fill captures. We do want to do that. Then it says if form can't be filled, choose random. If you don't do this, choose random right here. See, I just clicked on this. Skip, ask user, choose random. Choose random. If you don't do that, you'll get all these boxes popping up all over the place. It'll drive you crazy. The other thing, when we're using YouTube videos, we want to say verified links must have exact URL. We don't want any kind of diversification. We want our URL for all of our links. Send you verified links to indexes. We want to do that if you have another one. I have indexification. I highly recommend it, so I would use that as well. That's the other two things that I'll sometimes do is try to always place a URL with anchor text. I almost always have that. Sometimes I'll do continually try to post even if a site's failed before, because sometimes it'll pass and sometimes it won't. Really, this one just depends how I feel that day. I don't know. I use it sometimes and sometimes I don't. The next thing here, we want to go by country. What we want to do is we just want to select Google. If you select more than Google, what tends to happen, what I notice happens is you get a whole lot of duplicates. Google does a pretty good job, and this is where the search engine is going to use to try to find sites with your keywords in it, so we can try to get it like an auto approve to put into the identified. So we're just going to use Google. Some people debate the fact that you should use all these different search engines. I feel more comfortable using Google, and I get less duplicates when I do that. Here's the global options. If you're looking at other videos out there how to use GSA, you'll see global options. And I remember when I first started, I didn't know what the hell global options was. This is it right here. Use URL from global site lists. I usually do identified and verified, and then depending on my server and if I bought any lists or I got a new list I want to try, I'll click failed. But that's what I usually do, identified and verified. You can do submitted too. I do that as well. When you first start out, use all three, because your list isn't as big. You're not building lists or anything like that. Okay. The other thing we want to do is come down here. We want to say try to skip creating no follow links. Now it'll still create no follow links, but you'll create less no follow links. Right here, in here, filter URLs, you can skip sites, and you can actually set it, say skip sites that have more than 50 outgoing links or 100 outgoing links. You can do that. For video, I don't see a need for that. I don't ever use this, and a couple times I tried, it's like so slow, you hardly get any links. And the way I'm doing it right now, I'm pretty much ranking I haven't had any problems ranking any sites except one where I messed with the metadata, and it took 2.5 months and it finally ranked. All the rest of my videos ranking in the top 5 multiple times, and it's pretty solid and it sticks. So I don't even mess with any of this. If you want to test it, you can, but when you start out, don't use this. So leave that blank, and the next thing you want to do is you want to skip sites where the following words appear. And it's right here, and it's pretty much got all the porn stuff. You know what? Sometimes it doesn't catch them all either. Just be aware that every now and then you might see something that should have caught, but it didn't because it's in the URL or something. I don't know. These guys get kind of tricky sometimes. That's pretty much it right there. The next step now, we want to go into email verification. We have to have emails to bring in here to send. You know, sometimes we register for accounts and all that stuff. Of course, GSA does this for us. So what I do when I first start out, I delete all, and then GSA will put in this 110. You know, it'll put in like a blank record, and then I go out and get my email. So I have my email right here. This is from Account Creator Plus. It's a $27 one-time fee, and it creates emails for us. It creates Outlook emails for us, and it is worth it's worth way more than $27 for the amount of time, because here's all you do: you just say import clipboard. Then we select the blank record. We delete selected, and then we test all. This is going to test to make sure that it's, you know, a valid email address and I can log in, and that's beautiful. What this Account Creator Plus does, it'll create one main email with 10 catch-all emails. So it looks like to all the people you're trying to register accounts at, it uses 10 different accounts. So this works great. I don't have any problems with this whatsoever. And then you can go in here, and if you want to add that you have a different file, sometimes I'll put my no do file or no follow 100% created on this day. I'll put that in here. No follow from 10/20. 2013, I don't know, it might be like 5K. So my no follow, and I'll put that in there. Even though I'll also leave it like there so you can see that. And then it's going to ask us, once we get finished with it, it's going to ask us to fill in a category. And we'll have a category up on the membership site so you can download it. What I do is I always create in all my servers a GSA and then category folder, because it's always asking for that. And I just import it. That's all I do. Just import it from wherever you put it on your server. If I went too fast, just pause it, pause the video, and go back to it. But it's pretty much you just go out, you know, you hit import, it takes you to a folder, and then you import it from your folder. And it takes a couple seconds. Here we go. Here's our categories. You just say OK. Then what I always do is I always go back and I double check. Most of the time I'll double check my. I don't know why it's hanging here. Oh, I gotta scroll up. I'll go in here and I'll double check my URL. I've had times, I'll admit it, I got a DUI video up on the first page of Google for securities attorney video. That's supposed to be for securities attorney, because I didn't do this. I always double check the URL to make sure that it's a working URL and it's the one that you want to use. So I'm just gonna go here and I'm gonna paste it. There we go. It's the real thing. So let's go back. And that's our real video. Everything is good. And then I'm just going to say OK. Oh, preview image is going to ask for us. So I have a preview image out here, and it's basically just a preview of the video. You know, like a screenshot of the video. I think it's in here. Right here. Preview image and click OK. YouTube ID. Wonderful. All right. That's one thing I forgot to tell you guys. When you're doing this, if you use Content Creator or Content, what is it? I think it's Content Machine. Content Machine will put in multiple just random videos in this YouTube ID down here, and it'll put it in with your, you know, with your anywhere on the video. Over here you click video, but there's other places where it might accept a video in your article. And what Content Machine will do is it'll go out and just pick random videos based on your topic right here. Well, I'm thinking if I'm dropping videos somewhere, I want to drop my video. So what you do is you go to the top and you look at your YouTube ID here, and you put that into the video YouTube ID down here, and then everywhere it could drop, your video is going to be there. So it looks like we're done here. And once that's done, when you do a new one, what will happen is it always comes up as youtube.com. So you'll right click on the actual project, and you come down here to modify project, and we're going to rename. I'm going to call this Truck Accident Attorney Kentucky. And that's it. Only thing you have to do right here is make it active, and then you click start to run, and it'll run. I'm not going to do this. I'll show you another place where it's running. But that's all you do when it starts to run. It goes active. I mean, it's already active. It'll start coming here, submitted, verified. You see all the stuff going. It's like a little crazy. It's kind of cool when you watch it when you got a whole bunch of them going. You can look down here and look at your projects that you're running. That's pretty much it. That's all you start a project. I'll add one extra thing in here. When you create one, all you have to do is right click on it, modify project, and then you go duplicate. When you do duplicate, you change the name, new video, and then you do the whole thing that I showed you in the video all over again. You go into the project by double clicking on it, and you go into tools. You import your data fields from Wicked Article Creator or Content Machine or whatever you're using, and you do the whole process again. But most of it's already created. You have all the right check boxes checked off. It's really simple. You run these things till you get up to about 2,500, between 2,500 and 4,000 verified, which is over here. And then what I do is I back off and I just let it resonate for a couple weeks. You do kind of babysit it, keep an eye on your stuff, and then after a while I might just go in there, and for some of them I have them posting maybe 100 submissions a day, and I post it. I stop it. I mean, it stops. But I have some where once I got them ranked, I just stopped it, and they're still sticking. So I guess it depends on the competition, what else what all's been done to that video, and how good the links are. Sometimes you get link loss, and you got to go back out and you just restart them. Don't ever delete these, because once you make them inactive, you just click on them, they're inactive, and you say they resonated for a while. All you got to do to make them reactive is just click on activate, and it'll start up again, so you can start dropping links again. I hope you understand everything. I hope you're willing to go out and do this. Try it really hard, and pause the video as much as you can. If you have any questions, go to the membership site, or you can always email me at joe@godguided.com. Have a great one.